Yo, how you doing, everybody? Welcome to African Podcast with Benogrew. I hope you guys had a blast on the weekend. All right, we're gonna do a recap of everything that happened in the social media space last week, and I quickly want to walk my Nigerian audience through what was trending on social media and how social media went ablaze with 4 trending issues. My name is Benogrew, and if this is the first time you're watching this channel, subscribe to our channel, give us likes, and of course, don't be a stranger, leave us some comment. I'm going to be in the comment myself. So let's get down to what's going on, people. Last week, social media was on fire. A couple of incidents happened. In fact, too many of them. If you are familiar with the Nigerian social media space, of course, you know that every day is a new story in Nigeria. And one of the stories that trended last week that got everybody talking was that of VDM and the Falanas. Now, for those who may not know, VDM is a social media activist, like they describe him in Nigeria. And this dude is a troublemaker, man. Well, having said that he's a troublemaker, I have to admit that VDM is one Nigerian young man who is doing an amazing job at the moment. His style is so crude, his style is so wide. I wouldn't encourage anybody to approach activism the way VDM goes about it. But you know, when you live in Nigeria, you grew up in a society that is dilapidated, a society where corruption thrives, a society where you don't have a future. Let's just put it like that, because many Nigerians right now, they don't have a future, especially Nigerian youth. You're gonna have to know somebody who knows somebody, and of course, you have to embrace the corrupt system if you have to make anything for yourself at all. And you know, people are getting tired of it. You know, everyone is frustrated right now. The cost of living is so high in Nigeria that you can barely survive a week without having any guarantee that help will come from anywhere. But that being said, many Nigerians are frustrated. But again, they can't speak up because in Nigeria, the corruption has ate so deep into the fabric of the society that if you venture and have a voice, you know what they say? Corruption fights corruption. And when corruption comes for you, hey, may God help you, because the corrupt people will throw everything at you. And having said that, let's now look at what actually went down. So we know VDM made a video, and in that video, he played an audio, and the person in that audio is no one else but the one we know as Bobrisky. Bobrisky, for those who don't know, he's trying everything to claim that he's a woman, but in the Nigerian society, our laws are not clear on what is acceptable as a woman or a man. So Bobrisky has been parading himself as a woman, but then when he caught some corruption charges and got convicted of mutilating the naira, he went to prison, and then the prison officials, they took him to court. No, he went to the court with EFCC, and he told the judge that he's a man. And I think on that note, that should put an end to whatever else he got going on social media that made him identify as a woman. So when he told the judge he's a man and he got booked, he got convicted as a man, he went to prison. On getting to the prison, he didn't serve his time. You know, we learned from what was going on social media that they have all this type of arrangement in the Nigerian prison system, the correctional prison system, whereby depending on however you identify, they might be confused and they don't even know where to place you, according to what the prison officials said when they were invited to the hearing by the House of Representatives. They said Bobrisky has some female features that we really can't place where he belongs, so we need to have a special arrangement. Anyway, All that goes on, and nobody knew what was going on until VDM made that video and played the audio. Now, there has been some argument because Bobrisky himself, who obviously his voice was the one in the audio, came out on his social media and said, hell no, that voice is AI, that's not my voice. But everybody knows, if you have been listening to Bobrisky for a while, you know that right there is Bob. Now, allegedly, that is Bob, until proven otherwise. Cool. So VDM made a video, and when he played the audio got to the point whereby the name of the Falanas came up, and that name came up in the audio. And as a result, VDM said, if, take note of that, if the voice in that tape is actually right and the name mentioned is the Falanas, he said he was disappointed. And then he went further and made some other insinuations by saying, Bob called Faz. Is Faz also they do, in Nigerian parlance? But that was all we heard. And then hell broke loose. So the internet was divided. Why some people, the followers, about 2 million followers of VDM, are saying that hell no, the Falanas are corrupt. The Falanas did this, they did that, allegedly. On the other hand, the vast majority of the Nigerian masses were like, how dare VDM call Falanas? How did he insult Uncle Falana of all people? How dare he? He must be jailed. He must be stopped. Everything must happen. To cut the long story short, they went to the house hearing, and the house hearing was like another thing entirely. That if we have to step into that, I think I might do about 3 hours reaction to that. But that is not why I'm making this video. This video is just to update you guys on what happened last week. So the main thing that happened last week was that Uncle Falana, SAN, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, went to his favorite TV channel, Channels TV, because to be candid with you, I think I rarely seen Uncle Falana on any TV except for Channels TV. So maybe he's a paid analyst, or maybe he had some kind of special relationship with them. I don't know. But then Sheung, the host at Channels TV, invited Uncle Falana over to address some issues, and in the process of addressing those issues, Sheung brought up some questions relating to the accusation, or whatever they call it, the allegations or whatever made by VDM, and Uncle Falana was boiling. Mr. Falana went off, and you can tell that the old man was doing everything, every fiber, every cell, every fluid that run in his system was trying to defend his son. Now, listen, I'm a dad myself. If you accuse my son of something he didn't do, I will come out fighting. So we should at least give Uncle Falana credit for that. That's basically what every dad would do. But that's not the main issue here. The main issue is Uncle Falana said he will not bring a criminal charges against VDM, but he's going to approach this in a civil lawsuit. And if he did not get a deserving apology from VDM, he's going to press for that with this case. And there has been reactions upon reactions. Some people have been saying that, oh, hell no, the way this man came out, dude, he's not clean. He's definitely trying to cover something up, allegedly, social media stuff, social media talk. But when we look at the issue, to be honest, I've always been one of those who believe that when it comes to legal matters, when it comes to lawsuits, bro, you really don't know what the outcome will be. You might think you have a very good case, a solid case, but hello, if you happen to meet a very smart defense lawyer They're gonna blow your cases out of proportion, and you will be wowed. Okay, I get it. Uncle Falana is a senior advocate of Nigeria with years of experience and a whole lot of relationship and a powerful connection. And him himself, he is way, way, way up there. And to be frank, VDM stand no chance if he has to go head to head with Uncle Falana in Nigerian legal system. But if it is somewhere like the United States, I'll tell you something, bro. Uncle Falana will have to work for his money before he can get a win in that type of case. And here's the reason. First and foremost, when you bring a defamatory lawsuit to the court, the onus is on you to prove that the accused or the defendant actually defamed you. Okay. And on the other hand, the onus is on the defendant. I mean, how do they say it in legal terms? Yeah, the burden of proof is on the defendant to prove that his statement were actually facts. And that is where I see Uncle Falana having a lot to do with when it comes to his own admission on national TV that actually there was a phone call between his son and Bobrisky. Now, here's the other angle to this. In the court of public opinion, especially on social media, people are like, okay, why is Uncle Falana suing VDM and not Bobrisky, who allegedly is actually the one whose voice was on the tape? Well, legally, based on what I've heard from my lawyer friends, it is clear that, all right, somebody can make a statement, but you that actually brought the statement to the public notice, you are the one who's going to get sued. And that is where Uncle Falana might have some problem, because let's face reality. If they go to the courts, and VDM can actually prove that Bobrisky's voice was the one on the tape, and he has tons of evidence as he has claimed over and over again, I don't see this going in favor of Uncle Falana. Now, this is what I'm going to say as far as this issue is concerned. Please, Uncle Falana, for the love of those of us who have so much respect for you and we hold you in high esteem, I would advise that you don't pursue this matter with VERYDARKMAN. These are my reasons for saying that. Whether you go to the court or however you go about this, VDM is no match for you. VDM, even himself, has claimed over and over again that he is a nobody. And like I've always said, if you have something to lose, you don't want to go into battle with a nobody. It's like someone who went into battle with a man who has mental issue, a man who is actually cray-cray on the street. You went into battle with a madman, you're going to end up being a madman too. So with all respect to Uncle Falana, I would say, please, Uncle, let this go. This boy is nothing compared to you. If you jail him, you fan him, whatever you do, it will further destroy your reputation in the court of public opinion, because right now 2 million Nigerians believe that VDM is representing them, and if you sue VDM, you send him to jail. No matter what you do, these folks, these 2 million followers, will continue to drag you. You can't sue all 2 million, sir. Just let it go. Let it go. Although VDM went to the House of Rep and he actually apologized to Uncle Falana, but he did not apologize to FAS, and that is a different case entirely. But I honestly believe that Uncle Falana should have dropped this case and just let it go. Let it slide, like they will say in Nigerian parlance. Now, the person that I think has a lot to answer is Bobrisky himself. And surprisingly, Bobrisky is rarely mentioned in this matter. And this now makes a lot of people also agreeing with VDM that Bobrisky has a godfather. Imagine the Nigerian House of Representatives set up a hearing, an investigative hearing, invited 3 people, including VDM, Bobrisky, no, 4 actually, VDM, Bobrisky, the Nigerian Correctional Service, and EFCC. And guess the person who didn't turn up? Bobrisky. He didn't show up, and nothing was said about it. We've not heard anything that the almighty House of Reps are actually going after Bobrisky to get him to come and explain his stance. What does that tell you? That there is a strong godfather behind him who's not going to make that happen. So I'm going to leave it at that. If you want to learn more about what actually went down between VDM, Bobrisky, and Falana, go to VDM's page, go to Channels TV, or just hop on social media, type VDM, Bobrisky, and Falana, and you will have hundreds of content to consume. But as it is right now, that is where we are. But last week, Uncle Falana finally came out and he admitted that Bobrisky actually called his son. Well, however this case might turn out, we don't know yet. But that is it with Uncle Falana and the VDM saga. Now, let's move on to the next one, guys. Oh, why. Welcome back, people. So the second trending issue that set social media on fire last week was our dear beloved Pastor Adeboye. Now, Baba has been one religion leader who is well respected internationally and locally. A lot of people hold Baba in high esteem, and to be honest, Baba has been one of those who we can describe as a humble servant of God. But something happened last week. Baba came out and Baba apologized in a video saying, I am sorry for a message I preached earlier, a long time ago, where I said, if you don't pay your tithe, you won't go to heaven. I am sorry. That's what Baba said. But trust Nigerians, they happen it, and everybody's like, wow. So we have been saying this all along. All these religious leaders, they've been lying to us. They lie about tithe. Everything is about prosperity gospel. These religion leaders, they are puppet bandits. They are stealing our money. They are brainwashing Nigerians and everything. But here is the kicker. After Baba said he is sorry that you are not going to make heaven if you don't pay tithe was a wrong message, and I shouldn't have said that. To be honest, a lot of people give Baba credit. Even myself, I got to admit that, yeah, it takes a true leader, a true man of God to come into public space and say, hey, look, I shouldn't have told you guys this. I think I misled you. I am sorry. Fine. But here is the problem. Baba went further in the same clip and said, in fact, some of you shouldn't be limited to 10%. Man, I need to take a break on that one, yo. So, Baba went further and said, some of you are not supposed to be limited to 10% because there are some people among you who can actually pay way beyond 10%. Some of you can pay 20, some of you can pay 30, some of you can pay 40%. So that message is wrong. If you are blessed, you want to pay more, go ahead and pay more. That's what Baba said. Gentlemen, that actually set the internet on fire because people immediately said, oh, wow, this is not an apology. This is not how you apologize for your mistakes. That actually Baba was having people or telling people to actually pay more. He was not apologizing for nothing. Well, this is religion issue. And to be candid with you, I always try to stay away from discussing religious matter, especially when it comes to Nigerians, because we have this thing in Nigeria that we call they do not touch my anointed. If you discover that a man of God made a mistake and you speak about it, trust me, his followers will come after you. Here is my take as far as the trending matter is concerned. Baba also came out and said this. Let's put this discussion to rest. If you don't want to pay tithe, it is fine. If your pastor say, hey, here at my church, I don't want you to pay tithe, and you really think that you want to pay tithe, go to another church and pay your tithe. If you feel like you don't want to pay tithe at all, you are not interested in paying tithe, just let it go. And in Baba's words, give it a rest. Leave the matter alone. So I'm going to echo what Baba said. As a Christian myself, this is what I'll tell you. If you believe in tithe, if tithe has been working for you, you go to church, you pay your tithe, and God has been protecting you, protecting your family, your business has been doing amazing numbers, please continue to pay your tithe. However, if you feel like, yes, it's true, these pastors, they are using us, they are scamming us, they are taking our money to live flamboyant lifestyles, they are buying jets, building luxury houses, expensive schools, I don't want to be part of that no more. Fine, don't do it. But please, for the sake of Christianity and even in the frame of reference of legality, you got to respect people's religion. If you don't want to pay tithe, let it rest. You want to pay tithe, let it rest. And for those of you soldiers out there who are always attacking anybody that speak about your so-called Father Gio, Mommy Gio, take a chill pill. At the end of the day, if we all go to heaven, if truly there is an heaven out there, we are going to account for our journey in this life. That right there is my take. Let's move on to the next trending matter and the last for the day. All right, guys. If you are here with me and you are enjoying this so far, don't forget to give us thumbs up and, of course, leave your comment. Like I told you guys, I'm always in the comment section. I like to read from people so I can improve myself. Now, for what trended last week and why social media was on fire last week, I'm going to end this episode with Iyabo Joe dancing mode. So Iyabo is a Nigerian celebrity, an actress, a very good one at that, and she's so successful at doing it. Iyabo have 2 children, and one of her kids' name is Priscilla. Priscilla is the daughter, and Priscilla found the love of her life in faraway Tanzania. And ever since Priscilla found this guy, there has been a lot going on social media. You know, Nigerians now, people like to interfere in what is none of their business. So a lot of people have come up and some of them have criticized Iyabo as well as Priscilla that definitely Priscilla is a gold digger, Iyabo is not a good mom, blah, 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 blah. Just a lot. But this is what I'm going to tell you as a parent myself. It is the dream of every mother, father, to see their daughter, their sons get married. In fact, to me, if you can raise your kids so well that they can go to school, graduated, get a good job, doing good, and finally they found the love of their life, I am going to tell you right now, that is a successful parent. It means that you have done an amazing job as a parent. So I don't see the reason why anybody should criticize Iyabo for supporting her daughter to marry her love or the love of her life. Now, there are a couple of things I want to point out though, and this is just by the way anyway. There are a couple of things I would like to bring into this discussion. as far as the Iyabo Ojo and her daughter case is concerned. And why I'm saying this is because following the video of Iyabo Ojo dancing and celebrating that her daughter has found an husband, I need you guys to know a couple of things about Tanzania husband. Okay, I did some digging, and it is titled "What to Know About Tanzanian husbands." This is funny too, but I'm sorry, it's not in my place. But I just wanted to like quickly highlight a couple of things. Now, in Tanzania, a lot of role, can I say, a lot of respect is accorded to the gender role of a man. In Tanzania, the men are at the top. It's almost as if they get away with everything in marriage, in business, in everything. The men get away with a lot. Now, if you are married to a Tanzanian husband, you should know that Tanzania actually embraced polygamy. Your husband might choose to have multiple partners or married to multiple wives. You can't come back to social media and cry when that's happened. In Tanzania, you're not gonna do that crap of saying, "Oh, I want equity. My husband and I, we are equal." They don't do that. Okay. So I'm just putting this out there. I wish Iyabo Ojo and her beautiful daughter a successful marriage, but I'm just gonna advise that maybe they should turn it down a little bit. Don't throw it on our faces all the time about this. There is nothing new about a young girl finding a young man that she want to get married to. But when you overhype it, you start getting into people's nerves, then they start digging further into your business, and you don't want that to happen. So let's celebrate a beautiful sister, Iyabo Ojo, Priscilla, and of course the Tanzania young man. I wish them a happy celebration as they are planning for the wedding, and I pray that their home will be a successful home. Having said all this, ladies and gentlemen, this is where I'm going to draw the curtain. My name is Benori, and this is Trending with Beno. If you have any comment, opinion, contribution, criticism, I mean positive criticism, I don't appreciate negative criticism. Just bring a criticism that's going to make the channel looks better. I'm all for it, okay? Give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and of course, watch the next video for an amazing surprise. VDM have published another evidence. Let's go there, guys. See you in the next one.